It's Friday night. Can it be I stayed away too long? Did I leave your mind while I was gone? I'm not trying to get back. Let me tell you where it's at. You don't have to worry, because I'm coming back to Friday Night Live. I want to add a meaning to your story. There's enough love for me to stay. Welcome to Friday Night Live with Bishop Robert Joyce. Hey, listen, if you're watching with Facebook, go ahead and hit that share button. Let your friends know that he's live and in color and bringing the truth and nothing but the truth. If you're watching with YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe and notifications. And if you're taking a step further, if you hit that like button, it let our sponsors know that we're getting content that's valuable, and they will push our broadcast. So do those things, please. If you're watching through TikTok, it's going to be interesting. I love my TikTok crowd. Y'all are a little bit different, but I'm learning. I'm learning how to interact with you. YouTube want to learn. Facebook want to hang out. Anyway, it's my tribe. It's Friday Night Live, relationship tips with Bishop Robert Joyce. You know how we do it. We play soul music. It's a music with a message in it, and then we build on the message. Remember, music is not Christian or non-Christian. It has to do with the lyrics. It's the lyrics that determines its classification. Come on. And Friday night, I want to be with you. I got to be where you are. I want to be. I want to be. I want to be. I want to be where you are. Woo! Thank you, Michael, for letting them know that I want to be here. Where's my tribe at? I'm looking for my peoples. My peoples, I need you to come out. Once we have 10, we can begin. And let me tell you something. I won't be here all night because my computer is low already. And so I'm going to only probably be around about 30 minutes. If the Lord said the same, and the creek don't rise, I want to talk to you tonight. It's going to be an interesting subject. I'm talking about anger, managing anger in romantic relationships. Sooner or later, in any relationship, you're going to get mad. And how you handle that madness in a romantic relationship is very important. Remember, managing your emotions or managing your anger is essential in maintaining a healthy and loving connection. That's why a lot of times people fall out of love, or there's a disconnect coming. Or individuals know how to get a man, but don't know how to keep him. If you want to be there, you've got to be there physically and mentally and emotionally. You got to be there. You got to be there in the morning. I need 10 so we can begin. We're talking about soft heart, strong love, emotional intelligence. Got to be in her presence. I got to show her that she's my girl. I've got to fight for her. I got to change for her. I got to mold myself into being healthy in areas where I might not have been healthy. Because when I look into her eyes, I realize, listen, I need her sharing the world right beside me. Come on. That's why I've got to be there. Listen, go ahead and hit that share button. Get your friends out. We're talking about anger tonight. Anger, watch this twist, that heals. Turning pain into power in love. Woo, that was a good little switch there. Say it again, Pastor. Okay. Turning pain into power in love. We're talking about Friday night rib tips. Emotional skills that every relationship needs. Boy, I'm telling you, when we're talking about having a successful relationship, there's a lot of components that go in it. And we're talking about the one component tonight, and that is emotional skills. You know, if you got a car, you know, there's a lot of things that can cause that car to run wrong. Not enough air in the tire. A disconnected solenoid switch. A chip in the computer that's not correctly. So all those things, stop it. And the same way it is with emotional intelligence. So I'm going to focus tonight on emotional intelligence. It's important to recognize that anger is a natural emotion. It's an emotion that God gave us, but how we express it and how we handle it significantly impacts our relationship dynamics. So it's like this. God, in the book of Genesis, it says, be fruitful and multiply. What does that mean? It means go and have sex and have some babies. Now, but it's your responsibility to know when to have babies and who to have babies with, and the cost, the consequences of having these babies. You know, all of that was a gift that God put inside of you that can be abused. So when we're talking about anger, we have to have open communication. We have to have active listening. We have to have empathy. Those are key components to addressing conflicts constructively. We also have to talk tonight about creating a safe space for both partners to express their feelings and concerns. Couples can navigate through anger more effectively, and they then can be able to foster understanding and a deep connection without resentment, without building resentment and anger. We also, as we're navigating through this, we got to say and know what are her triggers, what are his triggers. And we have to practice what I call self-regulation. You know, it's kind of like monitoring your personal hygiene. Nobody should have to tell you that you need a bath. Why? Because you're regulating yourself. Nobody should tell you that your breath is unfresh. You need to be regulating that, okay? And so in a relationship, I have to self-regulate these areas, okay? And when I do that, it can turn potential conflict into opportunities for bonding. So tonight, we're talking about the wisdom of anger in a romantic relationship, okay? When I talk about emotional intelligence, when I'm talking about love, I say that love and anger is not the enemy. Let me say that again. When I'm talking about, when I speak of emotional intelligence, love, anger then is not the enemy. Woo! Your relationship is not destroyed by anger. It's destroyed by silence. Write that down. You know, again, in relationships, sometimes both men and women sometimes punish the other one with silence. While many couples fear and avoid anger, research shows us how to respond to anger. Not whether it exists, but what determines relational health. All right, so I'm going to help us walk through how to manage our anger. It's like God put inside of every one of us, every man, to be a conqueror. But you have to manage that conquering. You don't go out there and just fight everybody you see. You have to know when to fold them and when to walk away and when to run. Okay, now here, 79% of the couples who address anger constructively report a deeper degree of emotional intimacy post-conflict. Did you get that? So learning how to handle conflict will cause your relationship to get better. Okay, and so when you work through those anger moments, it causes you to have a closer relationship. Suppressed anger, on the other hand, is linked to a 3 times higher likelihood of emotional withdrawal and long-term dissatisfaction. So can you see that? If you internalize it or suppress it, you've got to think of that as like taking a balloon and pushing it under. Y'all remember when we used to go to the beach and take those balloons and push them under the water and they'd pop up somewhere else? That's what happens when you suppress your anger. It pops up somewhere else and it comes up more deadlier and more stronger. And it causes you not to have a long-term enjoyment in your relationship. Have you ever seen couples that are they're together, but they're not enjoying it, okay? And that's because there are unresolved issues in the relationship, probably anger-based, and they are living with it instead of dealing with it. Okay, all right, now watch this. When you are in emotionally attuned relationships, anger is not a threat, it's information. It's not a threat, it's information. It signals where something sacred was crossed. There's a boundary. You know, I got alarms in my house, around my house. And when the alarm goes off, it tells me that somebody is somewhere that they ought not be, okay? And so that's what happens when you get anger. It tells you, it says, okay, there's a boundary that has been crossed. It's getting your attention. You know, again, if you look back at your parenting style, when your daughter or your son was angry, you noticed it, you said, well, hey, what are you upset about? And then, as a good parent, you help them process that anger in a constructive way. That's what we're trying to do in our relationship. It signals where something sacred would cross or a need is unmet. You may get mad because he didn't call you or she didn't call you. Or you get mad because they didn't let you know they arrived at home safely. Okay, so that's a need that is not met, which causes there to be anger or a boundary violated. I told you that I don't like it when you raise your voice and talk to me. Well, you raised your voice, and I got angry because you had violated a boundary. Okay, or you dismissed a value. What happens is when we explore it instead of explode, anger then can lead to a deeper trust. It can restore the connection, and it actually can cause us to grow. Hello, Coach Rowe. Good to see you tonight. All right. And so these are things that we have to see, recognize, and understand in our relationship. Okay. But anger isn't just one feeling. A lot of people just lock it into one feeling. It's a constellation of 8 nuances, okay, of emotional states. Each of these states reveal a different story the heart is trying to tell. Okay? 8 of them. So that's how we see how complicated it is. What we'll cover, and we won't, of course, cover it all tonight, but we'll cover what it means to be let down. Write that down. Hello, Coach Rowe. Thanks for joining in tonight. Let down. In other words, disappointed from an unmet expectation or a broken trust. You let me down. She let me down. I thought she was going to open the door and let me in. I thought she was going to call me and give me a ride. Those are let down. And we've all been let down before. Or humiliated. We'll develop them a little bit more later on. But humiliated. Have you ever been humiliated by your romantic partner? They forgot your name or wasn't dressed appropriate for the event. There's a sting of shame, mockery, and a loss of dignity. I came in and you didn't even hug me. So I felt humiliated. You didn't even acknowledge me as your wife or your significant other. I was humiliated. Number 3, bitter. People get angry. Bitterness is one of the aspects of anger. There's a lingering pain that gets hard. It begins to harden into resentment. Okay? That's bitterness. Madness. And that is explosive anger or insecurity masked by rage. So what we do, we are mad about something else, and it becomes explosive anger. What you mad about? All right, we'll dive into these a little bit deeper later on. I don't want to say bye to you. I want to make up because I don't want to say goodbye. I keep thinking all of our problems are going to work out. But you're unhappy. There's that doubt. It's the same old hang-up, Gene. Tell me why. I just don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to let you go. And that's the energy that causes me to want to work through my anger. Number 5, aggressive. Emotional attack mode driven by fear, injustice, or frustration. So when we see an aggressive black man or aggressive white man or aggressive white woman, aggressive black man, okay, sometimes it's an emotional attack. It's driven by fear or by injustice. You're not going to skip me. You ever seen some people get really, really aggressive when somebody tries to skip them in a line? And let me tell you something real interesting about skipping a line. If I'm way back in the back, it don't bother me. But the closer I am to the front, it agitates me more. It's a trigger, okay? Frustration or frustrated. Tension from blocked progress or ignored needs. So we're in a relationship and I need you to call me. I want to talk to you as soon as I get home from work or I fly into town, and you don't. And you just ignore it. So I'm frustrated. That's one of the components of anger. Hey, I hope I'm helping somebody tonight. I just keep forgetting. Come on, y'all. I keep forgetting, Gene, that we're not in love no more. I keep forgetting. Things won't be the same since you walked out on me. You made it clear when you slapped me. But every time you're near, I see you smile, man. I tell you, that make me forget it. I hear your hello saying you can only stay a while. And I know it's hard for you, baby. That's why sometimes People don't want to go around people they used to be in love with. Number 7, distant. Emotional withdrawal and numbness as self-protection. So one of the things that happens, I know that in order to protect myself, I just, I don't want to go around you. I don't want to hear your name. All of that is me learning how to deal with the pain that I'm going through as I try to pull my emotions back. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting, Stacy. Hey, let me tell y'all, when I back in high school, when I was on breaking up with a girl, and I was swinging by, I always tell her, listen, baby, I can't stay long. Baby, things won't be the same. After you did that thing to me, baby, it won't be the same to go. Number 8 is when we're talking about the 8 different manifestation nuances of anger. Number 8 is critical. Don't say that. Don't say it, baby. I know you got a boyfriend. I know you got another man. I know. I understand that. But I keep forgetting. Why? Can you answer that question for me? I know you got to go. How come I keep forgetting? Now, each sub-emotion here will be explored, and we're going to give you a lot of different definitions. We're going to give you emotional intelligence insight with brain-based statistics. Okay, now I know some people don't like stats, but I have to give stats to confirm what I am saying. That is not just Robert Joyce's theory, okay? We're going to also give you romantic scenarios and practical takeaways for healing, to repair and reconnection. See, I'm really all about reconnection. I think that some relationships can be saved and salvaged, and I don't care how much time has been with them. Some of the, if you haven't done an absolute deal breaker, now once you've done a deal breaker, it's done forever and a day, But in some situations, they're not too bad that I hear, and we've had great skill in that area helping people reconnect. Okay, anger. To feel anger in love is not failure, it's a signal. Write that down. Anger reveals where something sacred was threatened, whether it be trust or safety or respect or fairness. I was dating a girl a long time ago. She had double standards. I said, you done lost your mind. You ain't never going to get my heart with us having double standards, And I like you enough to keep around you, but you'll never get in my heart. You'll never get a chance to break my heart because you're not fair. So fairness here, unprocessed. Wait a minute. I stumbled on your photograph. It kind of made me laugh. It made me laugh. It took me way back. It took me back, baby. Back down memory lane. Have anybody ever went down memory lane by mistake? Every holiday, y'all pray for y'all boy during the holiday. Holidays, I go down memory lane. I slip and slide down it. I love the holidays. Young compare. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all, hey, I done put up my tree already. So what happens is unprocessed anger can destroy intimacy. But when you understand it, and it's expressed wisely and healed, then it can be a doorway to growth, to honesty, and even deeper love. Hey, Gene, you know what I'm talking about. I know when you're mad, if we don't talk about it, then when I see you again, there's a little wall there. And, there are certain personality types that have to talk about it. Gene, I know you have that personality type. PA, I know you have that personality type. Some of the other individuals are not on the line whose names I won't call, at least they punish me. You get mad and hold on to it for a while. Okay. But when you navigate through those areas where you are angry, you have a deeper relationship. Again, let's go through the nuances. Number one, let down or betrayed and resentful. Now, if you were with me on Thursday night, one of the things we found out about is childhood imprints that betrayed, that they go through. They have to learn how to process this, okay? And so I want to help you learn how to process when somebody lets you down, because life is filled with letdowns, okay? And maybe you learn how to handle those letdowns one way, but you need to be equipped of how to deal with the letdown in a relationship, okay? Because early on in a relationship, there are going to be letdowns, okay? To be let down is to experience disappointment when someone or something fails to meet your hopes, your expectations, or your needs. So in our romantic relationship, sometimes she just ain't meeting my needs, or he's just not meeting my needs. Sometimes because he is not capable of meeting them. Other times because he don't know. There's that immaturity. We don't have enough information. We don't have what Coach Rose said. We don't have a security clearance for that level. Okay, so it often leaves a sense of emotional deflation. Okay, like a promise made but not kept. So if you make me a promise and you don't keep it, then there's a deflection. There's deflation. There's deflating. I feel deflated. Okay. So when a promise is made but not kept in a relationship, feeling let down can quietly erode trust. You let me down. You said you're gonna have tickets to the game, and then the game came and go. You didn't say anything about it. So I don't trust you next time you play in an event. And don't say nothing if it's repeated. You make promises that you can't keep, won't keep. It erodes our relationship, and it's not going to be able to be repaired because I'm not going to trust you. You're not going to trust me in that area. Okay? Betrayed. Write that down. Betrayed. Here's a good definition. Violated trust or confidence in a way that wounds deeply. You know, when everybody can't betray me because some of them I never trusted you no way. But when I love somebody or I have a relationship with somebody, those wounds hurt deeply. Silly of me. I was thinking, I thought that you were going to be my girl. I loved you. I thought you was going to be my girl. That's why I kept hanging around. I wanted you, baby, so bad. I was silly to think that you want me to. I was a one-sided love affair. Betrayed. Why does this show up in love? It shows up in love because you've opened up your heart and it wasn't protected. I gave you my heart and you didn't protect it. Betrayal isn't, watch this, always infidelity. It can simply be broken promises. It can be withheld truth. It can be a consistent misalignment. Wait a minute. One of the things that I have a problem with you being friends with my enemies. You was over whose house? You friends with him? Okay, I don't trust you no more. You know, you went to their party. Oh no. So now it betrays. I feel betrayed. All right? And so I'm angry. Or you didn't tell me that you rode down to Detroit with her? You never told me that. Well, it never came up. Oh, so watch that. So those are betrayals that cause me to be angry. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why it matters in a relationship. Number 1, it breaks emotional safety. See, I'm not safe with you no more. I thought I was going to be safe. I thought I found somebody that I could be safe with. And when you do that, it shakes the foundation of trust. So our relationship that I had with you in the area of trust becomes shattered. Number 2, it shifts identity. Here it was, I thought the 2 of us was becoming one, but when you do that, it makes the partner feels foolish for believing. That's what the song says. Mate, you made a fool out of me. It was silly of me to think that you was in it at the same commitment that I was. And instead, you turn around and do this to me. So it shifts our identity. Number 3, it causes now emotional walls and future withdrawal. So I start putting up my walls. I was letting you in, but now I've got to put up walls of protection. And I began to make, watch this, write this down, Coach Rowe, an exit strategy of our relationship. An exit strategy. I now begin to paint futuristic pictures with you not being in it. Wow, that's some good stuff. I wish somebody had taught me this. All right, 84% of the couples cite that betrayal because of trust, again, not necessarily sexual, as the catalyst for emotional disconnection. Why do we get to sexual energy in the first place? Why did we come together? It was because of our emotional connection. All right? That is what brings us together. And when I can't trust you, it causes there to be a disconnect. Okay? Again, think of it as a plug in the wall. Right now, my computer is operating because of the connection in the wall. If I unplug it from the computer, from the wall, we'll talk a couple of minutes, but then the power is going to run off and it's going to shut off. Okay? So that's what happens with emotional withdrawal. Behavior activates brain regions that are tied to physical pain. I've told you that before. That's a stat that I've said that's very, very important. Hold on to it. Behavioral activates brain regions tied to pain. So it hurts physically when I feel betrayed. People who feel betrayed, watch this, for the people who might have extra weight around their midsection, watch this, watch this. People who feel betrayed experience a 2 times higher cortisol spikes in conflict. So when I feel like I'm betrayed, my body is secreting more and more cortisol, which comes around my stomach. Jesus, help us. Say that again. I got to see what you said, Gene. What did you say, Gene? You said, I agree. I wish somebody had told me this years ago. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with you. All right. Now, here we go. The emotional intelligence impact. Processing betrayal requires emotional honesty, not suppression. You know, I can't believe that you said that. I can't believe that you're voting for those individuals. I can't believe that you are doing those kinds of things, okay? Now, when you process it and talk about it, it begins to strengthen the boundaries. You ain't no superwoman, baby. You're trying to be super, and I'm trying to find out who you are. You're trying to be everything. You ain't got to be everything. Now you're trying to be a movie star. And I'm saying, in order for us to grow, baby, you need to leave all that behind. Very well. I believe I know you very well. I wish that you knew me. very well. Think that I can deal with everything. That song identifies how you should, according to 1 Peter, study your partner. To know them very well. Okay, now watch this. When you're honest, it strengthens boundaries, brings clarity, and the capacity to heal wounds, not bury them. So what happens as you are honest, it heals the wounds instead of bury them. Remember now, if you bury this emotion, it stays buried, but it's going to pop up somewhere else later on. All right? So it's better to get healed of something. Okay? All right. Stacy said time will tell whether you're healed or not. Again, in a romantic scenario, you shared a private dream with your partner, only to hear them mock it to someone else. The anger you feel is justified. It points that a boundary has been crossed. You know, when your partner tells something about y'all secret love life, boy, you feel as if you've been violated. She told you what? You know, and so, boy, you know, you feel angry because you violated. You feel violated. Number 2, resentful. Resentful. Now, here's a good definition for resentful. It's holding on to bitterness from past wrong or unmet expectation. You forgot my anniversary last year. You forgot my high school graduation. You forgot. So I'm still hurt over it. When I do a marital counseling, and if anybody needs marital counseling, you can go to my website, help.com, Rejoice Help. But one of the things that we do, we talk about this whole concept of face it and erase it. Face it and erase it means that we put it up on the bulletin board and we talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. And once we finish talking about it this time, we never bring it up again. It is erased. It's like what Jesus does to your sins. It casts them in the sea of forgetfulness, not to be brought up again. If you bring them up again, it means that you did not heal them. And there's a violation of boundaries. Okay? Now, again, holding on to the past. How does it show up in love? It shows up. Resentment is an unspoken disappointment. It's an unspoken disappointment. I was disappointed, but I never spoke about it.
Now the summer's gone,
and it causes love to drift.
Where were you when
See, that's how disappointment. I needed you and you were not there. I needed you when I went through my tough time, when I was in the valley, and you didn't come around. You left me with nothing but doubt. Where are you? I need you like right now. I need you right now. I need you, baby. So your love there, watch that song. You're drifting, emotional drift. You know, and you're saying, no, I'm over it. No. But tomorrow will reflect the pain of our love. Tell us, David. Winter came, you were not around. Through the wilderness, none could not be found. Where are you when I need you? Like last winter, my love. Here we go. Na-da-da-da-da. Now, let me tell you something. Now, what happens here, it shows up in love. How? Resentment is the unspoken disappointment that turns into emotional poison. It often grows when people don't feel safe to name their hurt. I'm afraid to name my hurt to you because I don't feel safe in your response. So I have to hold this. That's what Steve is talking about. Tomorrow, it will reflect love's past. Let me tell you something. Here, spring will be in the air. You will come around, but it don't matter. This is summer love that will let me down because I think of what you did back in the winter. Okay, 3 reasons why it matters in relationship. La da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. Come on, help me out. Come on, y'all, help me. Why? Let this cry help me. What? I need you to find right now. Right now. Okay. 3 reasons why it matters in a relationship. Number 1, it undermines affection. In other words, small irritation becomes big blocks. I was irritated, and every time I think about it, I'm irritated. Let's just say something little like you didn't open the door for me. You opened the door up for this pretty young lady that came through the door, but you didn't open the door for me. And every time I see you open the door for somebody, it irritates me, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You brought him his coffee, and you did not bring me my coffee. So every time I see you bring somebody a coffee or a slice of cake or a napkin, it gets bigger. Number 2, it fuels passive-aggressive patterns and emotional sabotage. Oh, do y'all have anybody that's passive-aggressive? I know individuals that's passive-aggressive. They seem nice, then they seem aggressive. Oh, I was just playing. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. That's how you are dealing with your irritation or your resentment that's unspoken. It's a pattern, and it's an emotional sabotage. In other words, you and I are never going to grow to the place of a great emotional relationship because you keep doing things to let air out of the relationship. It's like a slow leak in a tire. You can have a slow leak in the tire, and you can be pumping air in at the same time, but as fast as you put it in, it's coming out. Ba-da. You need to apologize and talk about it. Number 3, it prevents reconciliation. You stay stuck in your story of hurt. How many out there, don't raise y'all hand on that, but how many of y'all know some people out there that's stuck in their hurt? And there are people that's stuck in their hurt. Every time I talk to them, it doesn't matter if before long we're going to get to where they're stuck at. They're going to bring up their stuck position. Why? Because that's where they are stuck. All right, so you are not going to get beyond it. And so you have to apologize and talk about it. I apologize. Watch this. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to somebody out there. Couples who store up. Let me tell y'all something. I used to be a master at storing up. I used to save up. I just watch and wouldn't say nothing. I save up stuff. Couples who store up grievances are 6 times more likely to feel emotionally distant from their significant other if you store up and not say how you really feel. Whoo! Watch this. When we have chronic resentment, it leads to 27, all right, pull it out, you medical people, 27% higher blood pressure in partners. Check your blood pressure. Right down there, Coach Rowe. Check your blood pressure. Chronic resentment leads to 27% higher blood pressure in partners. That's statistical facts. 72% couples who forgive regularly, practice that with me, say I forgive you, who practice forgiveness regularly reports a stronger intimacy and recovery after conflict. One of the things that I try to do with my pastoral staff is I try to model I'm sorry to them. I make sure that I say, if somebody dropped the ball, if I dropped the ball, I say, I'm sorry. I forgot to call you. I know I said I was going to call you back. I'm sorry. Why? Because I want to model that for them to do the same thing for our members. It helps recovery. A lot of people don't want to say I'm sorry. They don't want to take ownership to their offense, intentional or accidentally. And you should come to a place where, especially those of us who spending time with prayer, soft before the Lord. It's the anointing that the anointing that the Bible refers to was oil that was placed on the containers so that they would be soft. So as the wine expanded, it wouldn't break. So the anointing is to make you soft. Hard men, hard women, don't tell me you're hard and you are so anointed. Don't be afraid to be the first one to say I'm sorry. Now, okay, here we go. Let's do one or two more, and then I'll let you go. The emotional intelligence here, letting go of resentment strengthens emotional flexibility and forgiveness muscles. Your muscles get stronger when you forgive. I choose to forgive people. I forgive people from high school, junior high school. I forgive my coaches. I forgive my teachers. I forgive my bosses that cross my mind. You can't be anointed and hard. We call that you can't be strong and wrong. Don't ask my neighbors about me. Is Pastor Joyce mad? When you know you did something to me, just say no, I am mad. You're so unsure. Don't be unsure. Watch this. Let me give you an emotional scenario. Now, remember forgiveness does not minimize the offense. It removes its grip on your future. See, people to say I forgive you does not minimize the fact that you sinned against me or I sinned against you. It just removes its grip on my future. If you don't forgive, it moves into your future. All right. Your partner forgot an important date again. Instead of bringing it up, you say, oh, it's fine. But inside, you stoop, you're mad, you're angry. The unspoken becomes a toxin that blocks emotional connection. If you don't deal with it, that toxin blocks a connection. Do you know there are certain, if you put certain things in front of certain conductors, it stops it. I don't know the mathematical equation, but when you, like a magnet, if you take something and put it in between magnets, sometimes it stops its magnetic power, repels it. Oh, I'll tell you what. I got a magnetic phone. My phone cover is magnetic. When I go to hotels, every now and then, I forget and I take my entry card or my hotel card and I put it in my magnetic phone cover. And it nullifies it. It takes away, so it no longer works when I try the activation of it, okay? And so that's what happens when you have a toxin. It blocks connection with the person that you're trying to connect with. Okay, all right, now watch this here. Let me give you a summary here of the letdown, the emotional intelligence in love. Feelings, why it matters. The feelings that you have are you're betrayed, okay? Why it matters? Because it signals broken trust and emotional exposure, okay? The skill that is needed is self-awareness and boundary clarity. So you got to raise your emotional intelligence here and say, okay, raise up self-awareness and bring clarity to the boundaries. Now, what impact does it have? When you do that, it rebuilds integrity and safety. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I would never do that again. I've got to do whatever it takes to heal the broken trust and the emotional exposure. Okay? All right. Again, number 2, resentment. What happens when resentment happens? It unhealed pain from unmet needs. So when you have resentment inside of you, you have unhealed pain. It's like, if you think about about an injury, when you're injured, anything gets close to that injury, you pull it back because it's unhealed. Okay? And so that's what you've got to see resentment. I'm not healed. Let's talk to pastors out there. When certain members hurt you, if you don't allow the Holy Spirit to heal you, then you walk around with that pain. You want to keep them away. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want nothing to do with them. All right, because they're running around. You're running around with unhealed pain. One of the things, let's just say, pastor appreciation. Boy, I am very, very, very hesitant about pastor's appreciation because I know that there's an opportunity for me to have unmet needs there out of certain individuals. I'm happy to say that for my church, they met all my needs. But I'm here to say that happens. And so you have to be very, very careful in relationship with that. Wow. Here's a skill that you need to have. You need to have an emotional expression and forgiveness. I have to be able to express my emotions in those areas. And then I have to have forgiveness. Forgiveness is a choice. I choose to forgive. It's an act of my will. Okay? Now, what happens in our relationship when I forgive or you forgive? It releases the toxins. One of the things that I see that there are several individuals that's on my platform here, including Pastor Stacy, that work out. Now, when you work out, it releases the toxins. When you sweat, when you perspire, it releases the toxins. Now, why is it that I need to take a bath? You have to see bathing washes away the toxin. If you don't wash off that toxins as a result of sweating, it will re-enter your body. So bathing, we'll say bathing is forgiveness, and it washes away. Now, when you wash it away, it reopens connections. I've forgiven you so I can reconnect with you. That's what happens when you sin with God. Sin disconnects, repentance reconnects. Okay, now, does this make sense? Give me some thumbs up if I'm helping somebody. If I'm helping somebody, give me some thumbs up. Oh, my time is up anyway. Okay, well, listen, hey, let me give you insight as we close out with this. Anger about betrayal and resentment isn't wrong. It's wisdom. It's screaming, this mattered. All right, get that. Write that down. Put that in there for me, Coach Rock. Anger about betrayal and resentment isn't wrong. It's wisdom that's crying out, hey, this matters. Let me tell you something, people. It's important to identify what matters. Remember, what gets identified gets done. I make sure that the people in my life know what's important to me. I make sure that my romantic partners know what's important. Partner, not partners. When I'm saying partner, when I say partners, I mean historically, not more than one. But you have to make sure that your partner knows exactly how you feel about situations and circumstances. All right? And when they offend you or you offend them, you have to let them know. Now, I have to tell people what's important. All right? Now, but watch this. Write this down. Unprocessed, when you don't process betrayal and resentment, it hardens your heart. It makes you hard-hearted. It makes you hard-hearted. with expression and support, anger becomes your bodyguard of truth, not your prison guard of pain. I'm going to drop the mic on that. Okay, all right. Betrayal then is like a leak in a lifeboat. Unsealed, it sinks a relationship. Resentment then is like carrying a hot coal. It burns you before anyone else. Whoo! Whoo! He's dropping some nuggets on the way out the door. Adding insult to injury, a bitter pill to swallow. Betrayal is a cracked mirror. It distorts your reflections until it's mended. Resentment is an emotional mode, quiet but toxic if ignored. I'm on the way out the door. Here's a hyperbole on the way out the door. I'll never trust again after that. I'll think about it, what they did every time I look at them. All that's wrong. Hey, this is for you, Stacy, as we hit the door. I love you guys. Father, bless us. Help us manage our anger in our relationship, in our emotional relationship, in our romantic relationship. Help us, help us, help us in Jesus' mighty name. Love you guys. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for watching. I love my tribe. It's a warm night. I can't sleep. Too hurt. Call me. Dial that number. No one answer until 2 o'clock. I'm on the wait line. But if she let me do a drive-by just to see her out on the street. Listen, hey, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Pastor Stacy, thank you. Coach Rowe, I appreciate you. Starlet, I see you. Who else I got going here? Hello, hey, Pastor Suresh, appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you. Gene, I see you. Who else out here? Okay, I see you, Della. Thanks for being with us tonight. Hello, Jean, the Queen. Good to see you tonight. Okay, all right. I think that's about everybody. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye. If I miss you, see you next time.